Thank you for listening and welcome to the Life Radio Show, a once proud member of the now defunct Eventide Entertainment Podcast Network. I'm your host, Don Smith. Sometimes you have a producer on vacation and a flood in a comedy club, so re-enjoy the time we recorded at Wiley's Comedy Club with Adam Gable, Neil Rubenstein, and Gary G. Garcia. If you enjoy the show, like and follow the Life 1069 on Facebook and Don Smith Comedy on Twitter, or tune in live on Tuesdays from 7 to 9 p.m. on WWSU 106.9 FM, or you can stream the show live at wwsu1069.org.
The brutal presence overwhelms me. The brutal presence overwhelms me.
All right, welcome back to the Life Radio Show. We're about to wrap this one up. We've got just a little bit of time left. We got some news that we are required to cover.
My ex-boss used to joke that you don't fake a fire, you fake a flood, because insurance can't get you. Like, they can't discover that, like, you faked a flood.
Really?
Because you can find the signs of arson, but you can't find the signs of faking a flood. And then the venue that I used to work at, that he owned, just canceled the show because of a flood.
Wow.
So I hope someone hears this, and then they investigate him for fraud.
But like,
There
what if
you
you
go,
try
there
to
you
fake
go.
a flood and they look and it didn't rain that day?
It doesn't matter.
Well, a pipe
burst.
busted.
Pipe
yeah.
burst or whatever.
Like you could walk into your basement and break a pipe with by hitting it hard enough, and it would be hard. It would be hard for them to determine.
Yeah, that
Other-
was on purpose.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
wouldn't they
So-
be like, somebody kicked this?
I don't know.
That's the thing, is you can't tell. So that's what
So
I'm
that's-
saying.
I mean,
that's
if
how
you
far
like
we
took
are.
a wrench and you smacked it so many times, there'd be little marks on there. They'd probably figure something
right.
out there.
But
if
one
you,
clean thing, you don't
Right.
know.
if you have it out far enough to where you can jump up and down on it, an old iron pipe until it busts.
Now, when did he tell
you're
you
in the
this?
clear.
I'm having a feeling this
told
was
this
before.
About an hour before he canceled the show.
He told me this a year ago.
All right, because I was thinking it was before forensic evidence
No.
actually
Back in
played a role.
1972.
You know, 'cause
No.
back in the day, you can get away with anything.
I just hope someone does their research, figures it out, and then this guy goes to jail forever without me being a rat and saying his name or the business.
Right, but it's all on. Yeah,
It might
it'll
not
all
be a
go
rat,
out
but
over
it's a
the-
little micey.
I'm fine with that.
Yep, it's
Mousy.
rat-like in a mice
Mousy.
sort of
Moosey.
way.
It's Moosey. That's
it's
what it is.
Meesey.
Moosey.
It's Meesey.
Meesey. Meesey.
Hey, we're back on the Life Radio Show, by the way. I'm your host, Don Smith, sitting in with Adam Gable, Neil
Hey.
Rubenstein, and Gary G. Garcia.
Yeah.
We're all back again. Are we ready to hit some news stories? Or
Let's
We are ready to hit some
let's
news
tackle
stories.
some
Yeah.
issues.
I don't-
One of
Yeah.
them about my ex-boss.
It could be. It could be. A man is being investigated over... No, I'm kidding. Eating your butt... I'm going to start out
wait a
with
minute.
eating your
That
boogers.
sounded...
That's going to be great.
All right, because that's
Eating
not
your
where it
boogers.
sounded like you were going with that. I was like, you better put an X on that right now, because all I heard was eating your butt.
Yeah.
And I said, wait a minute. And then he said boogers. Okay. But, you know.
This is a whole different story.
Yeah,
eating your bogies is something that we can all agree is frowned upon.
No.
Most of us can agree. As a child, you probably had your hand swatted away by a parent as you furtively tried to have a good dig. It's not uncommon to see children have a good nasal root around, but by the time that we reach adulthood, if I can say it, the understanding is that we've grown out of it or have become better at doing it in private. But aside from the fact that this is kind of a dumb news story, why did I?
Yeah, I mean,
I'm in on this
is
because
all-
it's good for your immune system. They're saying probably
That's
now, right?
okay, but aside from the fact
Eating
that it's
your
seen
boogers.
as a bit gross and uncouth, is having a surreptitious little pick and eating your finding such a bad thing? Firstly, there is the myth by eating your own boogers, you strengthen your immune system.
Not a myth.
We're sorry
Not
to
a
say
myth.
that there is
Can't-
absolutely no scientific evidence to back this
I'll
up.
tell you right now, I haven't been sick since I started eating my boogers, and peeing on my feet makes my athlete's foot go away. Also proven.
I'm
by
all
me.
for
Again,
eating. I'm all for eating boogers.
urinating on your feet.
Pee. I said pee.
You can say pee.
Oh, you
pee
can
is
say-
fine.
oh, you can say pee.
Well, that's
Yeah.
just a letter. That's not a whole word.
Oh, I mean.
What
there
about
is some-
pee?
Yeah.
It's 2 letters.
That is 2 letter. But
think
it's
it's
still,
all right.
yeah.
Okay, man. Listen, I was just thinking about you.
And
I appreciate
your-
that.
your job
I
easier
appreciate
now.
that when you hear a man eating his boogers and peeing on his feet, you think about me. That's,
Yeah, well, I'm making sure it's all on the up and up.
I just
eating your
I
boogers
just
is
want to make.
gross.
I eat my
The
boogers.
dry,
I just
crusty ones. then I don't care what you do. It's like when you get those like slobby, nasty boogie ones. It's like I could throw.
Right. It's like an oyster. It's a nasal oyster.
Put a little cocktail sauce on it.
Little cocktail, little tartars. I mean, I'm just, I just make sure that my boogers are free trade. I mean, that's a big thing. I bring my boogers in from Africa.
You mean free range?
No, free trade. No, fair trade. Fair trade.
Fair trade, cage free.
Fair trade, cage free.
Was this booger cage free? That's the important part.
I'm in. Is this an in or out thing? Like I'm in on, I'm out on, I'm in.
You're in.
I'm in on eating boogers. I'll eat my boogers. I'll eat your boogers. Not your boogers.
Oh, yeah.
I'll eat my wife's boogers. She doesn't let me. I keep trying. I keep trying to pick her nose.
I mean, the hotel does have a really great breakfast booger buffet. Although I think that some of them are powdered boogers.
Oh well, yeah.
Those never been sick.
If they're dehydrated, and they just add water boogers. Those are never. They don't taste the same as homemade.
I bought powdered water.
I bought powdered boogers.
I didn't know what to add.
How much do you love the greasy telltale scent of McDonald's? If the answer happens to be a lot, then it is a glorious time to be alive. You can now recreate the tantalizing aroma of a McD's burger in your own home without having to leave the house and actually schlep to your nearest drive-thru. Thanks to an Australian online shopping site, Grey Lines, a cheeseburger-scented candle does the job just as nicely.
Yeah.
So for all of you people who are too lazy to go to McDonald's and drive through, have somebody hand you a bag of food.
It's more like you want the smell, but you're not hungry.
I have a White Castle candle.
Do you? White Castle
Swear to God.
candle?
It's the same.
It smells like onions. It smells like onions.
And it's just like smaller than the McDonald's.
No, it's the size of a White Castle.
You have to light more of them.
It's one of those candles that has the holes punched right in the middle.
Yeah. Very good.
I had Edamon candles.
Entenmann's?
Yeah, Entenmann's. They got candles. They got the
I used to work near an Entenmann's plant, and the whole place smelled like Entenmann's all the time.
Oh, that's great.
That would be much better than McDonald's burger.
But I can't smell McDonald's anymore because I've damaged my
olfactory.
Yeah. I've damaged my olfactory senses by constantly having my finger up my nose.
Well, you gotta eat.
So man's gotta eat. So that's why they got the new Neil's finger scented candle.
Yeah. Well, that's what it is. You get the burger scented candle. You inhale enough of it, your boogers taste like a McDonald's cheeseburger.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
So the first story was about eating your boogers. The second story is about McDonald's. What other gross tasting stuff are we about to talk about? Kimchi.
Let's see. Oh well, no. We're going to move on to the animal kingdom.
Oh, okay.
Studies show vomiting on your cheetah.
Man, that is correct. Yes, Nessie fever has taken hold after the legendary Loch Ness monster was reportedly sighted twice in 5 days. A woman from Manchester claims she spotted and snapped the beast. Apparently, not with a towel, but with a camera. Just says snapped. On February 23rd, then Irish tourist said he caught an image of the monster on the loch's official webcam. Both are convinced that what they saw was the elusive creature said to dwell in the deepest, darkest depth of the Loch Ness and Scottish Highlands. The mysterious images show a dark shape in the water, have reignited a public fascination for the fabled water beast.
Wait a minute. Now, what date was that again?
February 23rd.
I apologize. I was working on my backstroke.
Oh, okay. That makes more sense. But does the world's two most famous Nessie hunters? Today, the world's two most famous Nessie hunters warned people not to get carried away, claiming the monster doesn't exist and the sightings are no more than a figment of people's imaginations.
Gary doing the backstroke.
They're not very good at being the world's most famous Nessie hunters if they claim it doesn't exist.
How does
once they find them, their job once they find them, their job is done. I mean,
That's
then
true.
you hand them over to them.
Well, if there's one, there's more.
I don't know about that.
I mean, where'd it come from? If there's one, there's more. At least that would make sense.
I guess
two more.
I guess the question then is
baby Loch Ness, nest, baby Loch Ness, nest.
I guess the question is what came first, the Nessie or the egg, right? I mean, that's where. I mean, they obviously hatched out of an egg. If it's
nest.
Well, wait. Why would it come out of an egg? How do you know it's not?
Because it's reptilian. You think it's an amphibian?
You never know.
Even still, amphibian could be.
No,
It's
because
still come out of an egg.
Well, what about if it's just like a whale, like a mammal?
If it's a mammal, but it's not.
If it's a mammal, how do you
It
know?
wouldn't be a mammal.
No one's ever been able to really take
if it was
it
a
and
mammal,
test it.
here's the thing about if it was a mammal.
Maybe it's a very ugly reptilian-looking
if
mammal.
If it was
Right,
a mammal,
right.
there would be more sightings because it would have to come up for air far more often.
Well, what do you think it's doing when his neck is hanging out like a periscope, right? What do you think that's going on
It's
there?
checking out the new
How do you know
cheeseburger
it's not
scented
getting
candle.
air?
Right.
Because
you
obviously he
can't
doesn't wanna be
light
found.
the cheeseburger scented candle underwater.
Oh, you can't light the
So
cheeseburger.
yeah, you have to come up and get a good whiff of that every now
I'm just
and
saying, obviously he's
Or
elusive
else-
for a reason.
then. Or else his boogers won't taste like McDonald's.
You know, exactly. I wonder if the Loch Ness and Bigfoot had a child.
No, but I always did think that if there really is an abominable snowman and a Bigfoot, then they're probably related because it's basically
Well,
the
yeah,
same
yeah,
thing.
yeah. It's just
The
one,
Yeti and
one's in the
Sasquatch
cold.
are really
Like
the same.
different evolutions.
The evolution,
of-
like the Yeti and the Sasquatch are basically the same thing.
Well, I mean, also, yeah, I guess. Makes sense.
You're agreeing with me in
in
some sort of condescending very way.
I would agree with that.
Yeah, I
That
guess
probably
I
makes
gotta
sense.
My
agree.
buddy has a tattoo of a pink Sasquatch climbing the Empire State Building, wearing a sash that says Miss Sasquatch 2010.
Oh, I see.
That sounds great. Yeah.
She won. She won the award.
She won the tattoo
That's
award.
good.
She won 2010. Miss Sasquatch 2010.
That's good. That's good. Well, yeah, you
Oh,
got.
and she's swatting down planes with a bouquet of roses. Right. Forgot to mention that.
Is there a swimsuit competition for that one?
There
Is
should be.
Yeah.
Well, they have to do something with the swimsuit competition. It's not in the whatchamacallit anymore, right? Miss America.
Oh, it's not a Miss America, right? So now they moved to. So what you're saying
So
is
they
that
did
Trump,
Miss
Trump
Sasquatch
runs the
now,
Sasquatch,
yeah.
Miss Sasquatch.
Yeah, I guess, yeah. I guess that's what I was saying. I didn't even know I was saying it, but I guess, yeah.
Well, now you know what you were saying. We're good. All right. Robots will be commonplace in our homes in 2050
Yes.
with android rights such as being treated with respect, an expert has predicted. The machines may even have to be paid for their services as artificial intelligence becomes increasingly advanced, Dr. Ian Pearson says. Dr. Pearson, a fellow of the British Computer Society and Royal Society of Arts and Commerce, has looked into the future of robots. He predicts that in just over 30 years, most Brits will have robots cooking and cleaning for them with billions of machines worldwide. He also says there will be rights in place.
Oh, what do you mean rights? You're telling me that if I hire a robot to clean my dishes and clean my house, I can't kick the crap out of it after a bad day or a bad set? You know, I can't go home and the robot will be like, how was your day? And I say, sucked! And I just kick the crap out of it.
I think this is great news.
You're
I'll
telling
tell you
me-
why I think this is great news. This is great news because if robots determined to be treated fairly, paid, and not abused, then you know that that robots aren't going to take over stand-up comedy because robot would never do anything
Right.
right.
Yeah.
And maybe you got to
What it
get
takes to
paid.
be a comic.
Right.
Yeah,
They wouldn't
'Cause
take that kind
they
of
want to be
abuse,
treated
yeah.
right and
Yeah.
they want to get paid for what they do. But I still think I should be able to like robot.
I think some of the cheaper models, absolutely.
Because, I mean, in reality, look, if I abuse my robot, how doesn't that help out the industry of robots? Because if I break it,
Right, you
now
have,
I have to
buy
buy a
another
new
one.
robot.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I'm very polite to Siri. I say no, thank you.
I don't really like Siri.
I don't mess with Siri.
Yeah,
They don't mean
yeah.
that. They don't mean that.
I don't really like.
I don't mess with Siri,
I don't
man.
like Siri.
Have you ever cheated on Siri with Alexa?
But no.
Oh, okay.
Come on, man.
Just
I don't
got to
mess
make
with
sure.
either
Got to
of them.
make sure. Yeah, me either.
I'm very.
If they're with Neil, then I don't know who
Well,
else they've
yeah,
been
that-
with.
I want
that's-
to. I want to try and come up with a word that's monogamous, autonomous. What?
Monogatata.
I'm a monogatonymous. I'm monogatonymous.
Like you only. Oh, I see.
I only mess with one autonomous being.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wish people could see his face on radio. I can't tell if he's having a stroke or if he's just.
You keep using that word.
Yeah, I'm monogatonymous.
Monogatonymous. Oh, that's I remember. Oh, goodness gracious.
That duck follows him wherever he goes.
Yeah, that was,
Yeah.
That was my
Is
robot.
that allowed?
That was your robot.
Now,
duck.
do we have to bleep that?
I think that's fine. I think that's
Yeah.
fine because it didn't say a curse word.
But it
Oh,
wasn't.
but it
perfect.
smells very foul.
It just kind of mumbled.
That was
Oh,
a curse.
it was.
It's a good thing that we had. It's a good thing we had the windscreen on the
It's a,
microphone.
it's a family curse, actually. That's a family curse.
Oh, so we will probably have to bleep that.
Is that your
Well-
kid?
What's that?
Yeah, that's
Oh,
my
okay.
daughter.
Okay.
No,
Yeah, let's get to the next.
Yeah, let's
keep it moving on, man.
Let's move on because somebody just farted. Fast food chain KFC
I love it.
is turning to crowdfunding to raise money for an unusual tie-in product, the Kentucky Fried Hot Tub. KFC is raising money on crowdfunding site Indiegogo to develop hot tubs designed to resemble the chain's iconic fried chicken buckets. Like a KFC bucket, but bigger and filled with soothing hot water instead of delicious fried chicken, the company said on the campaign page. KFC said the hot tub would feature wood-fired thermosiphoning heating technology, capacity for 5 fried chicken-loving people, and a full 360 degrees of Kentucky Fried Chicken branding.
Wait, is that for the stores? Are they going to put that in the
No.
stores?
This is so you can buy for your house. For room for 5 in these things. I actually saw the picture. If they're true Kentucky Fried Chicken lovers, they're not going to fit 5 of them. Yeah, 2 to 3 at maximum.
I'm in on the product. I don't like that they're crowdsourcing it.
Right,
you're a
right,
huge corporation.
They should have the money to do that themselves. Yeah, that was the only problem I had. But if you want to make a Kentucky Fried hot tub, use your own money.
Yeah. And then it'll sell.
Right,
people buy it because it's funny. Yeah,
because it's funny and it's KFC.
I mean, to me,
the crap they've been making.
To me, the hardest part about getting into a Kentucky Fried Chicken hot tub would be ripping off my legs and my breast.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Excuse me, Rich Little. You haven't been really filling time with laughs either. He's had something to say. We're super supportive. We're super supportive of each other.
That's what we do.
That's what I do.
Yeah, well, someone has to.
Wrap this thing up. I want to go back to New York.
All right, well, we have a couple more news stories.
All right,
first.
fantastic.
Well, a shocked traveler on a Los Angeles area highway captured video of a Tesla driver apparently sleeping while using autopilot at about 75 miles per hour. Seth Blake's girlfriend recorded video while sitting in the passenger seat of his car, showing the driver.
Sure.
She was doing. She was taking videos of something else. Showing the driver of the Tesla one lane over, apparently asleep behind the wheel while going 75 miles per hour. We were near or around him in traffic for about 10 minutes before we lost him. He was going about 75 miles per hour for the first 5 minutes before we hit L.A. stop-and-go traffic for the last 5, which felt a little safer other than the whole stop-and-go aspect of it. We eventually lost him, but he was asleep pretty much the whole time. I saw him open his eyes once to look around, but he quickly dozed back to sleep. Apparently, that's... They've been wanting self-driving cars.
But isn't that what the purpose of it is?
I'm in.
I would think so.
Isn't that what the purpose of the car is? It drives itself. I got to stay awake for that?
Yeah. I'm in.
What are you out on? Because I think you've been in on almost everything we've done. I think
man,
you're pretty much an open-minded kind of fellow. I like
Everyone
that.
Why can't you? Why can't you sleep behind the wheel if the car's driving itself?
Yeah,
you don't have to stay awake in the train.
Yeah.
You have to stay awake in the train.
I'm sure most of the drivers who are currently listening to this podcast are sleeping in the wheel.
Wait a minute. No.
Actually, you've been doing great, man. I'd be listening.
Thank you very
Now,
much.
if the autopilot, while you're sleeping and your autopilot of your Tesla is driving, if it wrecks, who's at fault?
You are, for sure.
Tesla.
Because if it's autopilot,
Yeah.
the autopilot,
Because it's not
there should be
supposed to
some on
be.
the company.
So what you're saying is that if the robots are going to have rights, they should also be culpable for accidents.
I mean,
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
exactly.
Yeah. You should
agree.
be able to sue the robots if they're going to have the same rights as everybody else. Absolutely, and they're getting the same pay, so they can afford it.
The thing is, it's not automatic pilot. It's supposed to be driver assist.
Right.
So, he probably shouldn't be sleeping.
Right. Probably.
But as someone who often sleeps behind the wheel and is in traffic, great combination. I'm a huge fan.
Well, I'll doze off at a stoplight, but that's
I will doze off
At any moment.
at
just-
any moment, any given
time.
moment.
You're like narcoleptic behind the wheel.
I am narcoleptic in all situations. I'm narcoleptic in the green room, and
Well, thanks for staying awake for most of this.
Most of this.
Most of this. I think a couple times you dozed off, but that's good. I think a couple times I did. One more news story. Llama. Which is always
llamas.
you always have to end on a llama.
Automatically in on llamas.
Well, you don't want to start on the llama. You
Love
definitely
the
want to
llama.
start. Don't want to
you
start.
never want to start.
Never want to start with a llama.
You want to start with booger eating, work your way up to a llama.
Let me tell you, don't start with a llama. You will get smacked. I promise you.
Or spit on.
Or spit.
Yeah,
on.
llamas are dope,
No,
man.
camel spit.
Llamas spit, too.
Oh, do they spit?
Llama spit, too.
Yeah, llama. You don't think so? Go face to face with a llama. See what happens.
No, I'm not going to go face to face with a llama.
Llamas have some of the best hair in the animal kingdom.
Oh, really?
They got the that
tuck.
little.
That's an
They do got
alpaca.
the little tough.
No,
That's an alpaca.
man. Llamas got it too, baby. Man, you better check your animals, dog. All right, I just bought a stuffed llama for my son from from Bronx Zoo. Got a dope little. I don't know if they call it. It's not a mane. It's hair. It's close. It's
like
a
a fade.
hairdo.
It's like a fat.
It's
flat
like
top.
a little,
hairdo.
like a little toop.
Yeah,
A
yeah.
little toupee up
Yeah,
there.
man, and they spit, dude.
A llama.
Viciously, impact like.
I don't know. I've never seen a llama spit before. I think maybe that llama was just trying to start with you.
Nah, man, llama never spit
It was
on
just
me.
that one llama.
There's that one
It was-
llama.
Yeah.
Nah, man, llama don't spit on me. I'm a spitter. I'll spit back on the llama.
Well, there you go.
So that was a 2.5 minute riff on the word llama.
Yeah.
We don't know anything about
we haven't
llamas.
even got to
Yeah.
the news
Let's hear what's
story yet.
going on with the llama.
Llamas, man, I'm interested.
It's going to be more upsetting because he's blocking traffic. A llama that made it for an unlikely traffic hazard near Ontario's school has been loose for some time, locals said. The St. Joseph Catholic School posted a photo to Facebook showing the llama trotting down the middle of a snowy Toledo road. The post said the llama has been spotted running loose on Highway 29 before turning onto the road. Locals said the llama belongs to a family whose barn burned down in a fire a year ago, as opposed to burning down in something other than a fire. I don't know why they had to
It burned
specify
down in
it
a
burned
flood.
down in a fire.
It burnt down in the flood.
Well, then it would have been saved. Hallelujah. They said the llama has been running loose for some time, but returns to the farm for food and water every day. So it's not really running loose. If it's been there for a year, they can catch it because they know where it is.
They just refuse.
Right.
Well,
They're llama.
You had a
llama
year?
rights.
You had a year to figure out how to keep this llama at bay?
And rebuild a barn.
Nah, I'm out.
The Amish can do it in a weekend.
There you go.
Apparently the Canadians can't rebuild their barn.
We did it. We
I
found
know
something I'm
this.
out on. I'm out on this story.
I know
And
this.
finally.
If llamas had posable thumbs, he would have built the barn himself. They're not afraid to work. So
Llama's a hardworking creature.
yeah, I mean, you can't get mad at the llama. It's the
Right,
idiots
right.
that owned them and haven't done anything about it. The poor
Right.
llama might get hit by a car.
that
now.
llama would have rebuilt the barn in no time. It would have been like an Amish llama.
Yeah, the llama's probably going
A
to get
Amish.
Amish llama.
The llama's
Not to
probably
be
gonna
confused
get
with the
hit
Mennonite llamas. They're just like the Amish llamas, except you can take a picture of a Mennonite llama.
All I know is that the
We
llama
just
needs to
named
be
the
saved.
episode Amish llama.
Oh, nice.
The llama needs to be saved, dude.
Yeah.
Because what's going to happen is it's going to go into the road and get hit by a Tesla with the driver sleeping right behind the wheel.
Right,
And I feel like that could be avoided just by,
Saving the
getting
llama.
saving
Saving the
llama.
Amish llama.
Yep,
You got
save the
guys
llama,
sleeping
save
behind the
llama.
wheel. You got Amish llamas. It
Running
really
on
is
the
a
highway.
Post Malone world.
Plugging
All right.
your joke.
All right, well, let's get ready to wrap up. I know you guys got some shows coming up next week and
got some
beyond.
coming
up. Beyond.
I'm
Yeah.
assuming you do. I don't know. I don't, but I'm assuming you guys might.
We're at your fine place of establishment tonight, although
Right.
it was
Yeah,
late,
it
but
was-
we
yeah.
will be here, people. And, check out Wiley's. We come up a lot. At least twice a year we're up here, man.
Yeah.
I'll be be around most of April all over the country, trying to maybe put something together in Ohio. You can check out my dates if any of this was interesting. You can check my dates at adamtellsjokes.com. That's where I have all the information about where you can hear me doing llama jokes.
Awesome.
NeilRubenstein.com. You can find my YouTube channel, my Instagram, all that stuff where I post a lot of content. And then, I'm all over the place. I'm in Florida, Jersey, Boston, Maine, all coming up. Wichita. I think I'm back here maybe in May.
Cool.
So
All
Well,
right.
Man.
That's the
you can
point.
Follow me at Gary G. Garcia. Basically on anything, just Google Gary G. Garcia. That's Tinder and everything else. Gary G. Garcia on Instagram, Facebook. And you could catch me out in Atlantic City every Wednesday through Saturday if I'm not on the road with acjokes.com. So if you're ever out in AC, come check us out. We got a brand new showroom out in Bally's. come check us out.
And if you're in New York, come see. You could probably see any of the three of us at either. So we play downtown. We're at the Village Lantern. We're at the Grizzly Pear, Greenwich Village Comedy Club, New York
Big up
Comedy
to my
Club.
Grizzly Pear family out there,
Yeah,
man. Y'all
Grizzly
guys
Pear.
are struggling and striving and doing your thing, man. I love it.
Yeah. As if any of them have continued to listen to this podcast
No.
this far.
Well,
you
they
never
fast
know.
forward till
They fast forward to the end. That's right. We're going to tell everybody. Tell
I'm
everybody
gonna
at the
post
pair
it
that-
on my thing, and I'll tell them check out the end. I plug you.
Yeah, exactly. You're getting a lot of views.
All right. Well, thanks a lot for coming on again, guys. It's been a pleasure.
My
Thank you, Dom.
pleasure. Thank you.
I look forward to doing a guest set again tonight.
Awesome. Thanks so much. Yeah, Don, we're looking forward to seeing you tonight as well.
All right. We will be back next week if we haven't been kicked off. If I don't forget to bleep a lot of things in this episode, we might not be back next week, but hopefully we will. We'll see you then. Thanks for listening.
Standing in the middle of yet another crowd, I feel my eyes get heavy and all I want is sleep. Looking on a sea of empty faces filled with hopes and fears. The table shifting round louder than I care. Are you there? Can you hear me? Are you there at all? Along the current, I scream my silent question. No one seems to notice, and I just want to feel the fingerprints of warm hands, knowing that you hear me. You listen to my story and help me carry on. Are you there? Can you hear me? Are you there at all? Are you there? Can you hear me? Are you there at all? I just want to feel. I just need to know. Are you there? Can you hear me? Are you there at all? Are you there? Can you hear me? Are you there at all?
I haven't heard about the Yemeni Zoo.
We bombed the Yemeni Zoo by accident.
Oh, really?
Which is sad, but not as sad as the Yemeni Zoo.
That's hysterical.
Every displays camels, but dressed as other animals.
That's You don't know I've been recording that, so that's fantastic.
That's really fun.
Welcome back to the Life Radio Show. I'm your host, Don Smith, sitting in with Adam Gable, Neil Rubenstein, and Gary G. Garcia. All going to be at the show at Wiley's tonight, which tonight is Saturday.
Yeah.
If you're listening on Tuesday, you missed it. You'll
missed
have
it.
to wait till next time to see these guys because they're hilarious, and you should.
Thank you very much.
So this is Saturday. If you're listening Saturday, they're going to be at Wiley's at 7:15 and 9:30 tonight. Be sure to get here.
If this is Tuesday,
I very well might not even be alive at that point.
Right.
Yeah.
There's a good chance I'm dead.
Well, you know,
it's Schrodinger's Gary.
It's the second time we made a Schrodinger's cat
Even
reference.
tonight's 50-50.
That's my favorite reference to make.
Yeah.
I love a Schrodinger's cat reference.
I think I should look it up so I know what it means.
Right.
I'm familiar with the
It's just a
term.
cat in a box.
Oh, okay. Well,
And
that's,
if you
yeah.
don't know whether it's alive or dead, it's both alive and dead simultaneously.
I see.
that is deep.
That is
But if you open the box and you see a live cat, then it was alive the whole time.
I see.
And yeah, you're unlucky because it's done scratched the hell out of you.
It
I
ruined the
anytime
box.
there's a cat in the box.
I would think having a dead cat in a box is more unlucky than having a live cat in a box. Because then if the cat's dead, then you have to deal with the fact that the cat is dead.
Yeah, but I mean, if it's alive, you have to
Yeah,
deal with
but
the fact
there-
that it's alive.
Yeah,
Now
but
you
it's
got to
all-
feed it.
There
change the litter.
are unlocked dumpsters all over the city.
Yeah,
Right
it's
across
very
the
easy
street.
to
Full
get
of
rid of a dead
cats.
cat.
Because it's not your cat,
Full-
so
full
why
of
do you
cat.
care?
Full-
It's
Right
harder,
up-
to, it's harder to get rid of an old refrigerator than it is to get rid of a dead cat. A dead cat's very easy to get rid of.
Absolutely. Yeah, old refrigerator, you have to have an HVAC tech pull the charge out. Yeah,
Exactly.
It's a pain. You
Gotta
got to
make
pull
sure
the
you take the
doors
door
off
off.
so neighborhood kids don't
I like that
crawl
both
in.
of you went to doors.
So that
Very
well,
mechanically
well, we
inclined.
come from a time.
We went from a dead cat in a box to a dead kid in a fridge. Is what
Yeah.
we did. We made that leap.
Yeah,
That's,
in
it's
our
not
days,
a-
there was a big thing.
Yeah.
For some reason, kids in our days were locking themselves in refrigerators that were left outside.
It's
Yeah,
Schrodinger's refrigerator.
I was going to say Schrodinger's kid. It's a different thing.
Yeah, it's
If
kind
you,
of like
if
Jerry's
you know your
kid.
kid's in the refrigerator and you don't know if he's alive or dead,
He's
Probably
both
dead.
alive.
he's
Yeah.
probably dead.
Not
He's
quite
probably
the
dead.
same paradigm.
I can imagine the 911 call. My son is locked in the refrigerator. Oh, is he still alive? Well, sort of both.
Yep.
It's a philosophy
That's kind of
theory.
that's kind of a gray
How much
area
time do you
there.
have?
And yeah, if your kid's locked in the refrigerator, you don't know he's alive or dead. The charges are probably still going to stick.
All right, we'll be there in a few minutes, Mrs. Schrodinger.
I mean, the truth is, I don't know if you could blame the parent on that one. You know what I'm saying? Like, because a kid can lock himself in the refrigerator while you're vacuuming the living room.
Yeah, but he can't lock the padlock on the outside. That's
Well,
that
I
was
mean,
you.
That's true. That's
That
true.
was
That's
you.
usually
And seriously, who starts to go vacuuming the living room in the middle of defrosting the refrigerator?
Well, no, they threw the refrigerator out, so you got to vacuum under where it was
I
before the
see.
new one gets in.
I got you.
Yeah,
I understand.
yeah.
I don't do a lot of vacuuming, so especially
that's-
under my refrigerator.
Right. Well, that's why you have to wait till the refrigerator gets moved out to
Yeah.
the curb.
It's hard to move the refrigerator, especially with my kids.
Yeah. Well, they're playing with the cat. It's okay.
I love cats.
You know,
I love cats more than my kids.
yeah.
More than your kids love cats, or more than you love your kids?
More than I love my kids.
Now, are you talking just in the refrigerator or in general?
I think I probably like my kids more in the refrigerator.
Yeah, get out to the show tonight to hear more about Gary's kids.
Scale of cat in a shoebox to kid in a refrigerator. How much do you?
Yeah, that's the scale we're working with here.
They deliver quick.
Yeah.
Yep. We're going to go ahead and hit some news
Let's hit
stories
some news
because,
stories.
because I am an informer of the public.
Did you
That's
hear
right.
about the
That's what I
Yemeni
do.
Zoo?
I heard something. I did hear something about that. Camels and drag as other animals, I guess. Would that be in drag, or I'm not sure how that works with animals.
Yeah, it's a good. Are we allowed to say drag?
Well, I guess we just did. So.
Yeah, I don't think that's. I don't think that's a swear word.
No.
We'll just keep the conversation away from camel toe.
Yeah. Authorities in Oregon.
Authorities in Oregon
say an FBI bomb squad technician was injured in a blast while searching a property rigged with multiple booby traps, including one that seemed like something out of. I guess we can say that on the air. That seemed like something out of an Indiana Jones movie. Court documents filed this month by FBI Special Agent Jeffrey Gray described the house at 1000 Dream Hill Drive. That sounds like a beautiful place.
Yeah, right. What are they doing with bombs?
Yeah. He described the house as a fortified stronghold. The gated residence had barred windows, heavy-duty security doors, and an elaborate network of tripwires, he wrote. Authorities were contacted on August 29th by real estate attorney Joseph Charter. That month, a Josephine County judge had asked Charter we'll get through this. Had tasked Charter, I just killed the whole show, with selling the 15-acre property, and when he got there that morning, he was allegedly greeted by a sign warning the property was protected by improvised devices. The property's former owner, Gregory Lee Rodvelt, 66, had been forced to forfeit it as part of a 2016 elder abuse case involving his 90-year-old mother. Rodvelt, who was reportedly jailed in Arizona last year after an armed standoff with police, had recently returned to Oregon to prepare the property for transfer. I don't think he was preparing to transfer that property to anybody. He was going into booby traps.
See, I'm from New York. I don't even know what a standoff with police is. Normally they just end that quick, man. They just shoot you quick and that's it. End of the standoff. You know, I don't see what the problem is. Why are they bothering this man? You should be allowed to protect your house any way you want to. If I want to put a landmine right at my door to protect me from somebody coming through my door that I don't want, I feel like I should be allowed to do that. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
You mean in front of your door, like in the porch? Or
no, I guess inside. The inside. You don't want to blow up the mailman.
I was going to say.
You don't want to blow up the mailman.
But
I'm saying, if it's in your house, you're the one that's going to get blown up if you mess up.
This is the problem with the United States, is that they're always coming down with small business owners. Here's a guy who's trying to develop a new security company, and Sloman and all those big security won't let him just do his own thing.
That's what it is. It's all a conspiracy by the other security companies.
It makes sense. Because think about it. What would you rather get, the Sloman shield or a landmine in your living room?
No, I would much rather have a tripwire.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I feel more protected.
Yeah. It's way more effective.
It's way more, and it's way more fun to set up.
Exactly, and you don't have to wait for the police to get there for justice to be meted out. It'll happen right that minute.
I personally would love to see what happens when when the
tripwire
goes.
You can't have no pets,
right? Tripwire goes, knocks over a domino, a bunch of dominoes go down. Then there's like a seesaw with an egg and a chicken taking a dump, and then it rolls down the hill, and then it wakes the dog up, and the dog chases after the cat, and then the cat steps on the landmine, and the landmine blows up the intruder.
Goldberg.
Yeah, exactly. Rube Goldberg.
Goldberg.
Yeah.
Yo, how come it's always Oregon with this stuff?
That does happen.
A lot of people have strongholds in Oregon. A lot of militia. A lot of.
Well, there's not really much else to do in Oregon. Maybe
just set up your tripwire.
Maybe if they had a Six Flags, this guy would be okay.
Do they have a Six Flags over Portland? It's just like it's just feminist-run bookstores and methadone clinic.
Yeah,
themed rides.
Methadone clinic themed rides.
Six Flags over Oregon. It's like a vintage shop that sells like old flags from defunct countries.
Where do you buy like landmines and tripwires nowadays?
Make them.
You just got to make them.
Oh yeah,
If I needed a landmine, I would ask you. I don't know. I mean, if you don't know where to get one, then I'm up.
It's got to be
I'm up the
super
creek.
easy to make at this point.
Really?
Yeah.
I got to start getting.
Because there was an anarchist
more.
cookbook that told you how to make pipe bombs in the 90s.
Yeah, and it also gets your name on a lot of lists when you look it
Oh,
up.
you said anarchist. I thought you said the Atkins cookbook. I was like, that's how you lose weight. See, I didn't do Atkins because I was thin at the time.
Low-carb people are nuts.
But seriously, if I lose 20 pounds by blowing up an intruder on there.
Yeah, Atkins had to keep up with the keto people. He was like, I guess I got to start making bombs.
Yeah, extreme dieting. That's what it's all about.
There you go.
Yo, this diet's the bomb. Kill me. Take away my
it's
comedy
taking it
information.
taking it to the extreme, man. Well, the first, word in diet is die. So I consider that just to be, really into what you're doing.
I thought it was just about LARPing.
Yeah.
Or like
I still don't even know what LARPing is.
Live action role-playing, which I guess they
role-playing.
don't use dice.
The fact that both of you guys,
Well, I don't know. They
the fact that
probably
both
have
of you
to.
know it, I'm assuming it's a Jewish thing.
No, I'm just really into
it's,
acronyms.
It's
I'm making the point I collect acronyms. I know what they're self-contained underwater breathing apparatus,
Yep,
stuff like
that's-
that. You
yeah.
know what I mean?
That's handy to know. It's handy
It's
because
handy.
you never know when somebody's going to throw an acronym at you, and you have to LARP. Okay, I know that one. It's on my list, and if it's not, you get to collect it and put a new one on.
Put a new one on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
LARP.
It's exciting.
I got
The
hit
world
with
of acronyms.
I got hit with an
LARPing.
acronym once when I broke into a house in Portland, Oregon.
Well, that's all they had. It was on a
It's
tripwire.
an IED,
Exactly.
which is a lot of the same letters as diet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of them.
A lot of them. Like
3 of them.
Yeah,
Okay.
three-
Don't confuse your
3/4,
IED with an IUD. That's a big mistake.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Even though I think they both will serve the same
Or
purpose.
a degree from UD.
my
Oh,
ex-girlfriend-
exactly. UD, yes.
My ex-girlfriend put an IED in her. Okay.
Yeah.
The Houston City Council on Wednesday prevented what was billed as the first brothel in the United States equipped with sex dolls from opening in the Texas city, altering a local ordinance to block the business and any others like it. The Houston Chronicle reported that Toronto-based Kinky S Dolls had planned to open a Houston location where customers could both buy adult love dolls and rent them for use in private rooms.
Oh, that's what I want to do. I want to rent a love doll.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't want to
That's-
rent
I
it
want-
after you, though.
I want mine
Yeah.
used.
Yeah, exactly.
You guys are talking like you've never had sex with a woman after she's had sex with another person.
Not
Yeah,
right
but
after.
it's-
Like, oh, right after, whenever. They clean up and then they go again.
Yeah, but someone else has to clean the doll.
Right.
And, you know,
They're not. They're not going to get really into.
Yeah, you're gonna
I think
you're gonna
you're
have to
being very
worry about the.
narrow-minded.
Yeah, you
Listen, I also
really
don't get
have
into
to
hot
worry at
tubs
that
and-
point about the both the pay scale and the dedication of the employees that's going into.
Yeah, I would be
Exactly.
concerned about make sure that they
Yeah.
pay enough because I don't want this to be a job like the people who clean the floor at McDonald's because they don't do a particularly good job. In
Exactly.
there.
You don't want somebody making minimum wage
Right,
in charge
exactly.
of your sex doll cleaning.
I don't want to be.
That's really.
I don't want to find.
Why are
some-
you even using a sex doll if you're in a brothel? Is the brothel just sex dolls? 'Cause
Well, no,
that's
yeah,
like
yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
that's
what it
all
is.
it
It's
is.
not
That's-
people.
That's
You
how
just
they
go
ma-
there
that's
and you-
how they make it legal.
wow.
Yeah, it's like.
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
How sad do you have to be?
Can you imagine Madame Tussauds if they weren't doing so well? It's like that.
How? Well, I mean that now
that would be
you're
really
talking
cool.
some.
That would be really cool.
Now are they the new sex dolls or the old sex
I'm
dolls
sure
that
they're
look like they're very
advanced.
excited?
I'm sure they're very
Well,
advanced
I'm
sex
sure.
dolls.
Actually, I read a news story about this, and the company that's doing this, they're actually based in Toronto, and they have one open up there where they have different levels.
different levels
Yeah,
of sex
different
doll.
levels that you can get. The
Different
more
levels.
advanced one, they're
You
more
can get the one
expensive
with
to
the
use.
surprise look.
Which I would think, at some point, if you just want to go in there on a budget, you don't really need the whole doll.
Right, exactly. Just give me the hands.
Exactly.
No, you just you buy one of those butts.
Yeah, right. There you
Yeah,
go.
just get
That's
a butt.
Yeah.
Some sick people, man. And what sucks is those like real ones, from what I hear, are like they weigh like the weight of a person. So it's like they haven't taught these things to walk yet.
right. That's
So you
yeah.
go there.
It's
and you
basically
say,
like
I want
you're-
this one. You pick a hot little sex doll. Now you got to carry that, have it up to the room yourself.
That might be. Maybe that's your fetish. Like, can I bring it over the threshold like it's a wedding night kind of thing?
Horrible, man. Nothing to kill the mood more than
I don't know,
wedding.
man.
How do you carry it? Is it like Chewbacca carrying C-3PO in Empire Strikes Back?
Yeah.
Like in a backpack like that?
Yeah.
With the
As-
legs
Or you
popping
just
out.
just like a 6-pack.
Yeah.
You turn it you turn it upside down, carry it like a 6-pack.
Where's the handle on this thing?
As
You know,
someone
they're teaching
who's-
them. They're teaching them like now. They talk, and they actually learn as you speak to them. They learn.
Yeah,
So I'm
they
thinking
don't.
that's
These
what
these
you
people
want.
don't really know.
You
man.
want
Yeah.
a sex doll that
I
starts to
don't-
annoy you, so
Yeah, I
it
don't
can
want-
just
I
like a
don't-
real woman.
Right. Well, yeah, they start to learn, and eventually, sex doll. I'm gonna have a headache, and then
Yeah.
it's going to be
That's what I'm
just the
saying. That's
same
what you
thing,
want.
and you need to come out with a new line.
As someone who's run a brothel,
All right. All right.
I
All
will
right,
say
Madam
that-
Neal.
I will say that you guys are underestimating what kinds of people go to brothels.
What kind of people do? I would think a lot of
I thought-
Every kind of person.
I thought it was just
Really?
all cowboys.
I thought it was like
Every single kind of person.
I thought it was like pastors and Boy Scout leaders.
every single kind of person. college kids, Hasidic Jews,
Hasidic Jews.
businessmen.
Just not on Saturday, especially if they're electronics.
What about the
Hasidic
Amish?
Jew-
The real bad
I'm
ones
sure.
do it on Saturday.
Amish.
Yeah, no, I would
Sure.
think that they would think that the sex doll would steal their souls. None of that. Can't have that. That's
Yo,
a terror.
Hasidic Jews are
Yeah.
like
The biggest freaks.
the only times I've encountered Hasidic Jews outside of like their
Like a-
lane is
Hasidia.
running a brothel and running an illegal poker room.
Wow.
Those are
Really?
the only two times I've encountered. Those guys are
Well,
Gangsters.
a brothel is kind of an illegal poker room.
well. That's how you poker.
That was great.
Yeah, that was great. That was great.
But it's amazing how simple
No,
the
no, it
transition
wasn't.
was from having a poker room to having a brothel. It was just like the
Right,
smoothest. Like
And all
it's
the-
the same people.
So what are you saying? In your brothel, you used to also have poker?
Will we?
You ran
sort
a
of,
brothel. That's not a
No, that's not a euphemism. Of any
wow.
kind.
Wow. I'm learning
jealous.
more about you every day.
what was it called?
A couple of names.
Oh, it had a couple names. Like the there was the on the books name, and then there
Yeah.
was the
What
off
was
the books
the
name.
what was the
No.
proper name? It was not the
Well-
locals' nickname they had for it.
The name on the card was Bliss Sandwich Shop.
Bliss.
So they specialize in threesomes then.
Fresh meat.
Fresh meat.
Yeah,
there.
we're back to the whole man sandwich thing we
Bliss.
started this show with.
Bliss.
That wasn't
sandwich
my.
shop.
That wasn't my idea. I just was along for the ride. 'cause it
Catchy.
was
Now this
good money.
this was
So is that the kind of place where if you go there 4 times, you get the 5th time free?
You get a card.
Yeah, you get a little card. And it's,
that's where the bliss comes in.
That's where the bliss-
That was the freedom.
You'd be surprised. Every kind of person. We used to call it Noah's Ark because there's two of everything.
Really.
And
And
two
I
of
look at you as you
everything.
say this. You don't look very proud. I think I would have a much more prouder look about it. You know what I'm saying?
I made money off of degenerates for years and years. I feel
somebody
bad.
now
Yeah.
you're doing
Money
comedy
off
and
the
Yeah, I
not
was
making
gonna
money
say.
off of degenerates.
Now
I was
I'm
just
the
about to
degenerate.
go there, Adam.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. That's. I don't know.
I'm
it
just
sounds
saying, you guys are
pretty
like
cool.
talking. These guys, man, maybe they're lonely, but maybe they're just want to try doing something other than their wife.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, yeah. I like the fact that you said doing something, not doing someone.
Right, because it's
Yeah,
an
doing
inanimate
something.
object.
You know, it's Well,
Well, you know,
See, I didn't even finish that whole news story.
I'm sorry.
That's crazy.
robots
We're
have,
still
robots have rights too. Robots are people. Too.
yeah. Houston Mayor Sylvester Turner, which Sylvester is just a great name for anybody.
Sly Turner.
Yeah, told reporters after a
Wait a
council
second, they
meeting-
elected a guy named Sly Turner?
Yep.
That is like the shadiest name.
Where
I
is
remember
this?
it. So that the Houston mayor, the guy
Yeah.
from this story,
Yeah.
Sly Turner.
Yep, Sylvester Turner. He told reporters at the council meeting that the vote amounted to a modification of existing city ordinances and was not targeted to any specific business. Which, he said in explaining the change, quote, "You cannot engage in sexual activities with any inanimate objects at the business. People will still be able to buy the dolls, though, so he can't shut it down altogether." You can't go to the drive-through.
gotta take it
you
with
got to
you.
take it home. Yeah,
Gotta take it home.
It's a carry-out, not a restaurant. So.
there you go.
mean, you're gonna-
Damn.
You're gonna get me on a.
That's
The sad part is that some dude is out of a job.
Yeah.
I mean, this guy's job used to
the
be.
dude who cleaned the dolls.
Yeah, the dude who cleaned the dolls.
Right.
He's out of a job.
You guys are gonna get me on a rant now. Because like, it's just sick. Like, if we just legalized prostitution and poker, we'd be out of debt. The country would be out of debt. Because like.
But there'd be a lot of more of
Sports
us.
People
gambling,
in debt.
sports gambling is legal. Fantasy baseball and fantasy football is legal, and that's the same skill set as poker. Just make poker legal. Poker legal is in certain places. Like you can play poker in this neighborhood, but you can't play poker in that neighborhood. Just make it legal across sports. Same thing with prostitution. It's legal in Henderson County, but it's not legal in over the border in California. Like it just.
I don't know. I don't get that whole thing anyway.
Just make it
I
legal.
feel I should be able to sell my body to whoever I want to. should be
I
able
mean,
to
you
just,
know, you
if
wanna
I can
regulate
make
it.
$1 off of this thing. I should be allowed
Yeah,
to make
like,
$1.
you know,
the rent is due.
regulate the health and and everything, but tax the hell out of it.
Yeah, Neil's running for city council of New York City. He's
Absolutely.
running on
Awesome.
the green.
Awesome.
I don't know, I just think, look, if you legalized weed,
Listen, if you're going to tax it,
poker,
then I don't want
and
to do it
prostitution,
anymore.
if you legalized and taxed weed, prostitution, and poker, and made churches pay taxes, the redistribution of wealth in America would be great.
Well, that's why they don't do it.
That's why they won't do it.
No, man.
Because the rich have to stay rich. It's an oligarchy. Don't get me started, man. I want to kidnap the rich.
We didn't get you started. You said you're going to get me on a rant and then started yourself.
I want to start.
I like
You
you.
got yourself on a rant.
The more he talks, the more I like him.
Yeah.
That's all I know. I don't know
Well,
about
he's
you, but
got my vote. So.
Yeah, I would vote for you in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
Also, oceans don't exist. Go ahead. Finish
Well,
reading.
the world is flat. So.
That's right.
Actually, I think I might have a flat world story.
Oh, man, get me in there.
Flat earthers, huh?
Get me in there. Boston Celtics star Kyrie Irving is sorry after he said the Earth was flat. On Monday, the Hoop superstar appeared at the Forbes Under 30 Summit and was asked if he still believes the world is flat. Irving didn't claim that he had changed his mind, but he did apologize for ever bringing up the subject. He said, "I'm sorry about that. You know, I got to reteach," adding that he is constantly dealing with angry science teachers who tell him, "You know, I have to reteach my whole curriculum." Irving first declared he didn't believe the Earth was a sphere in February 2017. This is not even a conspiracy theory. The Earth is flat, Irving said during one interview at the time. He urged people to do their research on the matter and blamed, quote, them for lying to us without naming them.
I love it. I'm in.
You're in. You're in. On
100%.
I just can't believe that we're living in a world now
Where the
flat around,
world,
yeah.
that you have to apologize because you don't think it's round. Like, I think it's flat. Who cares?
Right.
If
That's
he thinks
true.
it's
I mean,
flat?
it's absurd that he should have
Who
to
the hell
apologize for
cares?
that.
That's
It's
absolutely
absurd that
right.
he
He
should
thinks
have
it's
to
flat. Who
apologize.
cares?
I mean, it's
I
absurd.
think it's fabulous. My favorite was the guy that actually built the rocket so he could shoot up into
Yeah.
space and
Film
prove.
Yeah, but he didn't prove nothing.
And well, he proved that
He proved that he didn't know how to build a rocket.
That what goes up must come down.
It crashed because he didn't take into account the
curvature
of the Earth. So I think he did prove something.
He proved
but,
that he's got.
Or is
wasn't
that
what he
just
was
what
looking
they're
for.
telling us?
That's
Yeah,
right. That's absolutely right. I'm
that's
supposed
the
to
way
believe
they are,
textbooks. I'm supposed to believe textbooks.
I
They
don't.
lied about why we're in Vietnam. They lied about who created AIDS. And I'm supposed to believe them that the Earth is round? Get out of here.
Get out of here. Yeah, I don't buy it. I like the more he talks, the more I like him.
Well, I think that's the basis.
And you're looking
of
at
the
us
whole
like I
flat
gotta
Earth
share a room
thing
with these
is that
dudes.
they're-
Yeah, I was expecting Neil to go on and on and on about.
Oh, you want? So they say, all right, curvature of the Earth. That's everyone's big justification, the curvature of the Earth. You don't know what that means.
Yeah, no, I
you
don't
didn't
know
do
what
the
it means.
research. You don't even know how to use a protractor. When was the
I know
last
how to
time
use. I know
you
how to
know
use
where
a
to buy a
protractor.
protractor?
I know how to use a
You know
protractor.
where to buy a protractor?
Do you know how valuable the
I don't know how to
Pythagorean
use
theorem
it.
is in lighting? Okay.
Oh, baby, you.
I know how to use a protractor. I understand
Right.
angles.
Okay.
Math was my.
Man, he got excited. He got to
Yeah, I don't like being accused of being bad at math. It was the one thing I know how to do.
Okay, but you don't
Geography,
know
I'll
the curvature of the Earth.
Listen, you want to talk about how come I don't know geography? That's fine. I don't know anything about geography.
I do know where to buy a protractor.
Yeah, well,
I do not know how to use it,
He's
but I know
alright.
where to get it.
yeah.
Right? Art stores pretty much sell those things, right?
Yeah, you can get them.
Art
At,
stores,
you can get them
yeah,
at a
see, there you
bodega.
go.
They sell them at the Dunkin' Donuts.
And then,
I don't
and
know
then
something.
I'm supposed to believe I'm supposed to believe in oceans. Like that's the whole planet is oceans.
My boy doesn't believe
That's
in
why
space.
it's so round.
But if you believe in something, you have to. I mean, I don't care.
So
What
you
does it matter?
don't believe in oceans that they exist.
I mean,
at
I
all.
believe bodies of water exist. I mean, I've seen big bodies of water, but ocean.
Right, because
Why
you
would
can't
Lord
see that you
Xenu
can
put us on a planet that we can't breathe most of the planet?
I love that this is going to be a broadcast on a
I have
college radio
absolute-
station.
Yo, you people are paying too much.
I am more.
Yeah.
You charge
I am,
much less for
You're
our
paying
education.
too much for a bunch of conspiracies. You're being indoctrinated,
Yeah.
and the Earth is flat. Get over
Let
it.
me ask you this question: if the Earth is in a box, do you and you don't know if it's flat or round?
It's
sort of both.
It's
at the
both
sa-
flat
it's both
and
at the
round
same time.
simultaneously.
Schrodinger's Earth. There you
Well,
go. Schrodinger's Earth.
Dude, I got a friend that doesn't believe in space.
Yo, prove it.
You're friends with a lot of young
Now
children.
look up. All you gotta do is look up. There's
I don't
space
know.
there.
I don't know, man.
Now, how big
I'm not
space is
saying
is
I don't
different.
believe in space. I do, but I'm just saying, like, why? I don't think this guy's a dummy because he does. This guy doesn't believe in the Earth is round. Okay, why are we immediately dismissing him? We have no idea.
No, I think
No, we
I think
don't.
the important part of the story is that this guy had to apologize for saying something that didn't.
Yeah, I mean, I don't.
That nobody else should really worry about.
Yeah, I
whether
mean,
or
here
not-
we go. Here we go.
No,
Scientists trying to join the Me Too movement.
Offended scientists. Scientists were offended.
Scientists trying to get in on the Me Too movement.
Forget they're wrong all the time. Scientists are wrong all the time.
Yo, global warming. They're like, global warming. Everyone's like, oh, I don't know about global. And then they're like, all right, well, it's not global warming, it's climate change. So you're already wrong.
Right, exactly.
You're already
You're
wrong.
admitting it because you're changing the name of it.
Yeah.
Look, I'm not saying it
Call
doesn't
me
exist.
stupid,
I'm
but it
just
hasn't
saying you
climate
were already
been
wrong.
changing all my life.
Pluto,
Right,
flipping,
right.
flopping on Pluto. Come on, you don't know. Just admit you don't know anything.
Flipping and
Man,
flopping on
now
Pluto.
I don't know what to name this episode because flipping flopping on Pluto is fantastic.
Flipping and flopping on Pluto. Dude, I was very upset over the Pluto flip flop. All right.
I'm just saying,
was
like,
very
I
upset
don't
over
look.
that.
I'm just sick of people being dismissed because they don't. They say like dismissing flat earthers as lunatics because they say we have no idea.
No, you only
we have
know
no
what they
idea
told
anything. Right? We only believe
only know
what
what
we
they told you.
choose
We
to
all-
believe. People
in
are Christians.
the books,
People are Jews. They believe in different stuff. People are flat earthers. Okay, they believe in flat earth. All right.
Why does anyone care? Well,
Yeah, I
the
certainly
Earth is
don't
very
care.
offended by
I
it.
certainly don't care.
That's why there's all this rain now, dude. All the rain and messed up winters is because the Earth is mad and offended at the people who believe it's flat. So you have to apologize.
Oh, so
to
it's the people that believe it's flat that
that
the
are
Earth is mad
offending
at.
the Earth. That's why he had to apologize. He had to say sorry because otherwise, we would have 4 days of rain.
So
I
we
guess, I don't
we really can't go with Mother Earth anymore because instead of saying it's
First of
round
all-
and
First of all,
robust,
you
First
can't
of all,
give
you
it
can't
to
assume
them.
her identity.
That
Yeah,
is
you
true.
can't give
That
her
is
gender
true.
identity.
My apologies
Earth's
to
identity.
We don't know what Earth thinks it is.
to they Earth.
They
Is that-
Earth.
Yeah, is that going to
Yeah,
be the?
they Earth. He
I
or
didn't
sh-
ask for the Earth's pronoun, so I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah.
I am so embarrassed.
He or she Earth.
Mother,
Shirth.
mother or father, if they decide
Or
to have
uncle.
children,
Or
you never
uncle.
know.
It could be a
Yes.
good friend from down the street.
I think. Well, even uncle, it assumes gender.
Right,
so
right,
yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
Yeah.
Relative
Person
Earth.
Earth.
Relative
Person.
Earth.
Second
well,
cousin.
no, you're assuming it's a person.
Oh,
so,
that's-
yeah.
that's-
And I just called it. I am done.
That's right, man.
Trans feline Earth.
I'm a real big fan of
Dude,
the
are you
Trans
playing
Feline
footsies with me
Orchestra.
right now?
Their work is
Oh, they're
their work
fabulous,
is
yeah.
their work is fantastic. Have you heard them do Jingle Bells with all meows? Meow 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 meow. That's trans.
Jingle Meows. Yes.
Jingle Meows,
That's
yes, it's
fantastic.
trans
It's one of my
feline
favorites.
orchestra.
One of my favorites. I am so upset that we're going to have to wrap this show up. This has been a this has been a lot of fun. Be sure to get out to Wiley's tonight, Saturday night.
Saturday night.
Not Tuesday
Not
night
Tuesday
because
night.
these guys will be elsewhere. But get out Saturday night, and if you don't, if you have to miss them, try to catch them somewhere else. Adam Gable, thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having us. This was a great time.
Fantastic show last night. Going to
Thank
be
you.
two fantastic shows tonight.
I would like if people have opinions on whether or not oceans exist, that they should find me on YouTube and comment on some of my rants about oceans not existing.
Absolutely. Well, what's your YouTube?
It's Neil Rubenstein Reviews It.
Neil Rubenstein reviews it.
But if you
Okay,
just put my
definitely
name in,
check
you'll
that
find
out.
it. Yeah, and let me know about oceans because
I've never actually seen him as serious as he is right now about oceans. Like this
Very
man is
serious.
not playing right now. He has a very strong opinion on oceans.
I don't
Well,
buy them.
You got
This
You
guy,
got to
man.
take a stand sometime.
I mean, listen, stand for something or fall for anything, right?
Yeah, I don't buy it.
Well, Neil Rubenstein, thanks for coming on the show. It's
Thanks
been-
for having me,
been-
man.
Been
Thank
great
you.
having you on. Gary G. Garcia.
Gary G. Garcia.
Yep.
Yeah, you can follow me on anything, Gary G. Garcia. Just don't forget the G in the middle, otherwise you just find a bunch of Puerto Ricans named Gary. But if you put the G in the middle, I pop up. Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all that millennial
And you-
crap that we need to do now.
And you can follow me, Adam Gable. It's AJGABEL. That's Instagram, and then Twitter
difficult.
is the Adam Gable GABEL. Don't spell it GABLE, otherwise you find a bunch of Puerto Ricans named Gary.
There you go.
Fantastic, guys. Thanks for coming. Do you
Thanks
have,
for having
I mean,
us, man.
this
Thanks
is
for
going to go out on podcast. So
Right
if
on.
you guys have any other shows that you want to plug, feel free. And
Well, you can always catch me in AC Wednesdays through Saturdays when I'm not on the road. acjokes.com. Check us out. We're there all year round, every day of the week, doing shows. It's an awesome time. If you're in AC, check out acjokes.com.
And a lot of us.
for some reason, this stopped recording. That is so weird. I don't even know where it stopped. That is weird. It just.
Mother Earth being mad at us.
Yeah.
Must be. Never mind it. This thing's weird.
Oh, that's recording.
Okay, we're back. I'll edit all that out
Stop.
later.
Yeah.
And we play, come down. If you're in the New York City, Gary, Neil, and I are always playing in the city. Find us on the internet, and you can figure out where you can see us in the city. And we also play all over the country, so look us up. We may be coming to your town.
All right, fantastic.
Yeah.
Thanks again, guys.
Big up to our people at the Grizzly Pear.
Yeah,
too,
give it
man.
up.
You could catch us there pretty much any day of the week, Grizzly Pear.
All right. Well, thanks for tuning in. We will see you guys next week. Get out and enjoy some comedy. Thanks for listening to the Life Radio Show podcast. Check it out wherever you listen to podcasts. Remember, if you want to listen live, we are on Tuesdays from 7 to 9 p.m. on WWSU 106.9 FM. You can also stream the show live at WWSU1069.org, and we go Facebook Live at the Life Radio Show's Facebook page. If you have suggestions or comments, feel free to email thelife1069@gmail.com.
Presence overwhelms me. The brutal presence overwhelms me.